You don't have to. So basically, what are some introductions in CFT, and we're doing our final project on financial literacy.
So what's your name and what do you do? Amber Houston. I'm the principal here at Oxford. Okay. First question. Am I supposed to stare at that? No. Okay. So what is the most important digital literacy concern relating to AI?
I think the biggest thing is, plagiarism. Obviously, I think that's a teacher's biggest concern or fear of how to promote ethical usage of AI. I think at the beginning, teachers and educators were like scared of it, thinking, oh, everyone's just going to cheat, no one's going to think for themselves anymore. And now they're realizing, okay, no, there can be a lot of good that can come from this. So how do we make sure that we separate what good use of AI looks like versus what bad use of AI looks like? Instead of just getting rid of it and saying, no, we're not going to use it, it's terrible. It isn't terrible. And we got to get everybody comfortable with that. So it's just making sure kids know how to use it responsibly.
For our second question, what situations are most likely to get young people, like students ourselves, into digital literacy trouble on AI? Or something of your own experience?
I think like we're getting more of our plagiarism and cheating is coming from the fact that people are passing off AI as their own ideas, or things whether it be in newspaper articles or essays, things like that. I think that's really kind of what we're seeing here the most.
You can. How do you think AI will end education over the next 5 years?
It's so taking us in a totally different direction. From the things that I went to, it's just we have to really figure out how to teach it, the ethics of it, and the more. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you always should. Every AI conference I've been to, it always reminds me of like that Jurassic Park line where the guy's like, just because you can create a dinosaur doesn't mean you should. And I think like that's what we have to kind of think about the jobs. You have to start shaping education and what we're experiences and majors and learning that we're getting you guys right now. It's going to start looking different with the incorporation of AI. There's going to be a gazillion new types of jobs by the time you guys graduate here and college. The elimination of. You remember when they first had the self-checkout, right, with the grocery store, and everybody was like, that's it?
No, I was on Fresh's, like, do you walk out with your phone?
Yeah, and now I went to UC San Diego the other day, and I grabbed stuff from their convenience store, and I'm like, hey, I'd like to pay for this. I felt like the old lady there, and the lady was like, no, it's already on their phone. They'll know the exact amount of what I got. Like, that's what I'm talking about. There's going to be an elimination of a lot, and there's going to be a need for a lot, too. So although it's scary thinking, oh, this job's going to be eliminated or that job's going to be eliminated, that's why it's our job right here to figure out what the trends are. So we're preparing you guys for those jobs that you don't even know exist yet, And there's an efficiency with AI. Like even I just had a meeting on this last week about the use of AI. Like I know you guys think of the drag sometimes when you have to go into eCadence and you're doing a performance test assessment, you have to do this reflective questions, but that feedback is going into an AI bot, right? That then tells us what you guys are struggling on, which means it eliminates the teacher having to read your reflection because it already derives what the teacher wants to know out of it. And so you can do 45 kids in a matter of 10 minutes, right? With it already there rather than having to read each one and then think about, and again, it's elimination of thought to a point. But some things, like I say, you don't need to be tasked that which type to get solved if there's something there to do it.
A little side tangent, and it isn't the perfect questions, but we do have two efficiency. One that is generated by AI, Corey, as the other one isn't. And
is it going to be me, like on the foreshape of or a body of a horse or something?
so this is option one, and this is option two, and we just want you to decipher which one.
Which one's AI?
I'm so blind, so this isn't.
It's hard. I can't tell. This is one time. Like they both look real to me. I'm gonna say option 2 is AI.
option 1 is AI.
Really?
80% of our surveys said that option 2 was AI, although option 1 was AI.
Option 2 is a real model that we got.
Option 1 is a model degenerated.
Option 1. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, they both are stunning, right? Like, they both look like models. So, like, you know, I'm like, okay, they're super cute, right? I only said the second one only because the lighting. I'm like, yeah, the lighting looks a little, like, you know, but wow. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is what freaks me out. Like, people taking the likeliness of people, you know, like that one on top, that probably really looks like somebody in the world. And it's not, like, that freaks me out a little bit.
Full uncanny.
It is. That part freaks me out a little bit.
There's like a website that I found where it's like, I forgot the name of it, but it's like a website of just like pictures of random people put on like a face, and it's not someone, but it looks like someone. And you could just like refresh.
Yep. I've seen them, and this was another dangerous thing with AI that I took this AI, equity in AI or something. And it was about, you know how like first like cameras a lot of times in the community, you know, everywhere now, you know, like that the government has. It's so, well, you see it, you don't let somebody murder someone, they can follow them on the cameras on, you know what I mean? And it's whatever, right? Like there's